Good evening, and thank you for joining us. Nora is off tonight. I'm Margaret Brennan. We're going to begin tonight with a nationwide scramble by millions to get home for the holiday and by public health officials to slow the staggering spread of the coronavirus. Tonight, CBS News has learned the CDC and White House Coronavirus Task Force are now considering shortening the recommended length of COVID quarantines. Not because of new research, but simply to get more people to follow the rules and stay home if they're exposed. Across the U.S., every week, new infections are accelerating faster than the week before. Tonight, Los Angeles County, home to 10 million people, is debating a strict new lockdown that could leave streets and restaurants empty. And LA's mayor says cases are climbing so quickly in his city, they'll be out of hospital beds by Christmas. Nationwide, things are even worse. A record-shattering 85,000 Americans are hospitalized with COVID-19 tonight. Doctors tell CBS News they are running low on help and running out of hope. And as Americans head into a holiday traditionally focused on filling up their plates, millions are now lining up at food pantries, just struggling to get enough to eat. We have a lot of new reporting for you and your family, and our correspondents are standing by to cover it all. CBS's Jonathan Vigliotti is going to lead us off tonight in Los Angeles. Good evening, Jonathan.
Good evening, Margaret. And tonight, thousands of people across LA County are waiting in long lines to get tested for COVID. Here at this location, nearly 20% of those tested, we are told, tested positive. That is 2 in every 10 people. Just think about that. Meanwhile, this city, could be on lockdown.
Los Angeles considering how to contain the spread as coronavirus cases skyrocket across California. In-person dining in LA County has already been banned starting tomorrow.
We have 18 out that are positive.
A new federal report says more than 1,000 hospitals across the country are now critically short on staff. Hospitals like Stormontvale in Topeka, Kansas. It's now filled to capacity with more than 100 COVID patients.
What's worrying to me is 2 weeks from now, Thanksgiving, and having a lot of cases that will end up coming to us or to other hospitals, and there is no beds.
St. Louis ICU doctor Kenneth Remy made this video showing what a COVID patient's final moments are like before going on a ventilator.
This is what it looks like when you breathe 40 times a minute.
Was there a specific moment that prompted you to make this video?
I've actually called about 11 different families to let them know in the middle of the night that their loved one had unfortunately succumbed to COVID disease. It's one of the worst phone calls you could ever make.
Around the country, the numbers are staggering. There's nearly a 30% increase in COVID cases among children nationwide in the past 2 weeks alone. But severe illness in kids is still rare. In El Paso, Texas, there are now 14 mobile morgues as that city's death toll rises. And 27 people have died at a veterans home in LaSalle, Illinois. The federal government says help is on the way. Today, Health and Human Services Secretary Alex Azar announced more than 6 million doses of Pfizer's vaccine could go out after it receives approval as early as December 10th.
We expect by the end of December to have enough vaccine to vaccinate those who are most vulnerable. By the end of January, we think we would have enough to vaccinate our senior citizens as well as our healthcare workers.
Marina Burciago's husband, Paul, died earlier this month after battling coronavirus for 4 months. She has this message for those planning to attend holiday gatherings.
What if it's your last Thanksgiving with your loved one? Well, I would hate to be the one to make it the last Thanksgiving for my loved one.
And CBS News has learned the CDC could reduce their recommended quarantine for those exposed from 14 days to as little as 7 days. It would not affect those that have been infected and those traveling. Margaret?
Jonathan, thank you.